Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our movement breakdown. We had a lot of requests for handstands and handstand walking and handstand push-ups. So big surprise, we are tackling handstands today. Primarily, 3 pieces we have are going to be the hold, the push-up, and the walk. They all kind of have the same general principles. We need to be organized and we need to be able to open up the shoulders and elbows and establish a nice position where everything's stacked on top of each other. There is going to be a little bit of difference between these, with the handstand walk probably being the loosest. To get ready for that, we're going to go over some mobility. We'll talk about getting upside down. We'll talk about the push-up, the walking, and the freestanding handstand. At the end, we're going to ask you to send us a video of your handstand, either a walk or a hold or a handstand push-up, and we want to see what that looks like. So enjoy the video, and we'll see you at the end. Let's talk a little bit about mobility, guys. We want to really make sure that our shoulders are open. The overhead position, or to be able to get stacked, involves getting the shoulder or the head through the window right here, and also the wrists. So if we're not using any equipment or bands, you can use a chair or a table, but we want to simulate that overhead position. I'm going to go lay face down on the ground. I'm going to reach up to my chair or my table or my box, and I'm going to try and relax. And you can settle into this for probably 30 seconds or so, and that'll help it open up those shoulders quite a bit. While you're down there, I'd go ahead and hit the wrists. Turn the hands around. I'm going to sit back and I'll put some pressure on. You can go both sides if you're going back of the palm down. You can't put a lot of pressure on it, but you can still get a little bit more range of motion in that other direction. Conveniently enough, this will also help you with cleans. So being able to do handstands will help open up those wrists if you have trouble getting into a good front rack position on the clean. So a couple good pieces for you. Before you guys get inverted, I want you to make sure that you have the ability to lock out your elbows and lock out your shoulders and support your body weight in a wall climb position for about 30 seconds. We're going to demo a wall climb next, but this should be something you can handle for 30 seconds comfortably. If you can't, start working with set to 10 and build up to that time, but that's the first step, is to establish some control in that position. Let's go ahead and we'll stick our butt up in the air. We're gonna take a big step up the wall. This might be the finish position for you. As you get more comfortable, we want you to walk your hands back until you get to a more organized vertical stack position. You'll know that Brandon has his nose and his toes on the wall, and he is completely locked out. Come on back down, Brandon. Once we're comfortable with the wall climb, we want to start working on the kick up. So we're going to turn around, we're going to spread our fingers out, we're going to start in a position around 8 to 12 inches away, and we start with the donkey kick. Donkey kick is a drive with one leg and a swing with the other. And once we are donkey kicking hard enough, we're going to get all the way to the wall and we're going to get completely upside down. Again, we are getting organized, so we are nice and straight. Now that we are comfortable kicking up into a handstand, we want to talk about the handstand push-up. First thing we're going to touch on is going to be safety. We want to make sure that you can lower yourself into the bottom position under control. If you can't lower yourself under control, we want to practice more pressing, more holds. We want to establish a little bit more strength in the position before we attempt this. The bottom position looks like this. It's a tripod. The hands and the head make a triangle. If Brandon did not have the wall, he could balance there by himself. For the strict handstand push-up, what we're going to do is just press. We're going to press with the arms. We're going to establish that organized, locked out position at the top. The kipping handstand push-up involves one more point of contact. We have head, we have hands, and then we also need the butt against the wall. Once the butt is against the wall, we can bring the knees down, and then we drive up and press to time that handstand kipping push-up. The further you bring your knees down, the more momentum and power you're going to get out of the bottom. The key to doing these efficiently is timing, bringing the knees down and putting your hips against the wall and kicking out quickly. So that is the skill versus just the ability to do it. Doing it fast versus being able to do it at all. Next thing we're going to do is talk about walking. As far as safety is concerned, when you're walking, what we want to make sure we can do is dismount safely or roll out of it. So if you're kicking up You should be able to turn your hips in the air and kind of kick down to the side. I would practice this 10 times before you even try and do your first handstand walk. So give yourself some space. You need a nice big room. The softer the ground is, the better. And practice rolling or turning your hips and spinning out of it. Once we're there and we're ready to walk, we do need to establish some of that organization. It's probably not going to be as strict as it was when we did our handstand against the wall, but you do need to be organized. You can't be a limp noodle at the top. We're gonna kick up. I want you to feel the weight go towards the front of your hands. So think about pushing your lower back past the front of your hands. The handstand walk is more like a controlled fall, especially when you start. You'll have a hard time controlling how fast you're going and how quickly to stop. So lean into it and let your hands keep up. The better you get at this, the easier it's going to be to control your speed and control how far that lean goes. Probably the most difficult skill as far as handstands are concerned is the handstand hold. So we're going to practice this one against the wall. We can kick up with a really nice wide finger position. And the idea is to start controlling this with your hands or your wrists. So we want to press with our fingers and see if we can pull the feet off the wall. Being able to control your body just with your hands and your wrists is going to be the primary goal for this drill. Once we can do that comfortably, once we can push ourselves away from the wall with our fingers, we can start working up to a free space handstand. The last progression for the freestanding handstand is kicking up into free space. And it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to take a couple falls to get this right. But organizing, shoulder elbow lockout, and then trying to control yourself with those small adjustments in the hands and the wrist. You'll spend the most time trying to get this correct, figuring out what those little adjustments do, trying to stay tight, trying to make yourself straighter. Once you get it though, it's a pretty good party trick. Guys, thanks for watching our handstand movement breakdown. Next step is on you. We need you to send us a video of your handstand walk, your handstand push-up so we can take a look at it. We need an opportunity to see what you're doing so we can maybe give you a pointer on how to make it better. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have videos coming out every single day about what the workout of the day is, and we're doing these movement breakdowns weekly. And be sure to catch the next one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to CrossFit NOLA Online.